with your right hand up.
I'm sorry, there are some online also, so they
Okay.
also have to get ready for the training. The soft copy of the articles are on the platform, so they can do that alongside what we are doing.
Okay. All right. So we can proceed now. So we will start with the oath of office, and you would have to repeat after me. You mention your name. Having been nominated to the office as a council member of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, do solemnly swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will at all times uphold the rules of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. During my term, I will faithfully and impartially discharge the responsibilities of my position to the best of my ability. I further solemnly swear that my activities will be conducted in a manner that will not bring the name of the chamber into disrepute, be it directly or indirectly, in the national or international spheres. I further solemnly swear that should I, at any time, break this oath of office, I shall submit myself to any charge against me under the rules of GNCCI and suffer the penalty thereof. So help me God. All right, so congratulations. We then move to the oath of secrecy. So in the same manner, you would have to repeat after me. I mention your name. Holding the office as a council member of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Do in the name of the Almighty God swear, solemnly affirm that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter which shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may require for the discharge of my official duties, or as may be specifically permitted by law. So help me God. Congratulations.
Please, we will converge outside and take a group picture with the judge before she leaves us. Then we come back and come and complete the form. Thank you. A. The composition of the National Council. And I read, the governing body of the chamber shall be the National Council, which shall comprise of the following. 1. The President, who is the chairperson. 2. The first Vice President, the second Vice President, the National Treasurer, and the immediate past President, and one representative elected by each branch chamber for every 40 fully paid up members or part thereof in such branch chamber. And then the Chief Executive Officer. The Chief Executive Officer shall be the Secretary stroke a member of the National Council. He has the functions of the National Council. So B1 says the National Council shall be responsible for the execution of the functions of the chamber as set out in its instrument of incorporation, LI 611, i.e. the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporation Instrument 1968. 2. The National Council shall meet at least 3 times every year. 3. The National Council may delegate all or any of its functions to the National Executive Council. 4. The chamber shall have a common seal, which shall not be affixed to any instrument except by authority or resolution of the National Council. It shall be so affixed in the presence of the President or any member of the National Executive Committee, and together with the Chief Executive Officer, or such other persons as the National Council shall nominate by resolution. Every document to which the seal is so affixed shall be signed by the said person witnessing the fixation. So, Mr. President, this is the functions of the National Council and the composition of the National Council. Thank you. So we have a press statement on behalf of the council that the president read for our media colleagues to pick it up, and then they can give us before we go into a discussion of the national of our budget. So I'll call on the president to read it on behalf of the council.
Pro-business reforms and policies for local businesses in the 2025 national budgets. The Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry calls for pro-business reforms and policies in the upcoming 2025 national budget to support the country's private sector. Immediate fiscal measures are essential to relieve the mounting pressure on Ghanaian businesses and ensure their continued growth and sustainability. The private sector has experienced significant economic difficulties over the past decade due to lack of fiscal discipline, high fiscal liabilities from the financial and energy sector, and expensive fiscal response to global shocks. Despite some signs of recovery in 2024, mainly due to reduction in the impact of global shocks, government excessive spending, which the IMF indicated grew faster than GDP, resulted in increased economic pressures on the private sector. These include excessive taxation and levies, coupled with complex tax administration, high credit costs for the private sector, averaging about 35%. The depreciation of the Ghanaian cedi and high utility costs, along with unreliable power supply. In view of this, GNCCI calls on the government to use the 2025 national budget to initiate policies and incentives that stimulate private sector growth as a launch platform to resetting the economy. One, we call for closer collaboration between the government and the chamber to ensure policies and tax reforms that foster business-friendly environments. The GNCCI is therefore committed to working with the government to support its initiatives, particularly the 24-hour economy agenda. The chamber is therefore open for further engagement and discussion. Two, in addition to removing some of the existing excessive and inefficient taxes, such as e-levy, COVID-19 levy, and most ironically, interest on duties. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most ironic. When you are paying your duty at the port, you are charged interest of your own money that you are paying at the port. For duty, you are charged interest. I really can't understand that one. That one is a no-no. I think the government should look at it. GNCCI urges the government to also avoid introducing new taxes, particularly those that are not significantly, that affect production costs. We strongly call for fiscal discipline to reduce the tendency of further crowding out the private sector, given the already limited access and high cost of credit to local businesses. We all know that over so many years, the government has always been on the market, taking money from the market through the treasury bills and bonds. And it has become very difficult for the banks to lend to us as private sector. So we are calling on the government to limit itself in engaging in such acts so that our banks can give money to the private sector for us to be able to do businesses. As part of resetting the economy, GNCCI urges the government to collaborate with the central bank to reduce the cost of borrowing, which has remained chronically high compared to our compatriots over the past decade as a result of persistent high monetary policy rates. For long-term sustainability and growth and stability of the exchange rate, we call for a targeted spending and incentives to keep export-oriented sectors such as agriculture and manufacturing. In the short term, we urge the government to put in place measures to bolster our forex reserves to strengthen the local currency, as further depreciation would be very detrimental to the business environment. Last but not the least, GNCCI strongly encourage foreign investors to consider investing in Ghana, capitalizing on the nation's favorable economic prospects and increasingly positive outlook for growth. We take this opportunity to reaffirm GNCCI's unwavering commitment to collaborating with and supporting the government in its efforts to create more jobs, promote accountability, and foster inclusive prosperity for all. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. President. So our colleagues from the media houses, you can excuse us now as we move into the main business for the day.